Hello, welcome to Marketers Unfiltered by the Mainstream. I am Khushbu Soni, founder of the Mainstream. And for our episode today for Marketers Unfiltered Middle East Edition, I am super thrilled to be accompanied by Mohamed Youssef. And, Mohammed comes with rich experience in technology marketing. He's currently the head of marketing for Central Eastern Europe, Russia, Turkey, Middle East, and Africa region at Red Hat. Mohamed is a result-oriented business and marketing leader with over a decade of international experience across B2B marketing in emerging markets, and he's a strong believer and has a record of driving business performance through collaborative leadership, sharp analytical thinking, and a deep focus on delivering value for customers while also achieving measurable business outcome. Mohamed, thank you so much for agreeing to do this dialogue with us, and I'm really excited to having this conversation with you.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here.
Superb. So to begin with, Mohamed, since you've been leading and managing the entire marketing function for the regions that we just spoke about, it is very critical, today to be, heard, and also by the board and the CEOs today, keep marketing at a very central focus for driving business outcome. How has it been at Red Hat for you as a head of marketing for these regions? How do you kind of intersect between the brand growth and business outcomes to be able to drive these conversations at board?
Absolutely. So I look after emerging markets, and there are so many markets, customers with different needs, and we work across many verticals with different challenges. And marketing is a critical part of the organization because we play a big role in, definitely our outcome is to create pipeline and contribute to the business growth. But most importantly is the linkage between the organization and the customers. How can we deliver our value proposition, and how can we help customers grow in this difficult and hard times? So as mentioned, we have different set of markets with different challenges. The environment is changing rapidly and technology is critical. And we play a crucial role of ability to articulate the value proposition on how can we add value to our customers and help them grow.
Right. And I think today, especially in marketing, it is very important to be, driving a lot of integrated programs to support the business outcomes. Just wanted to also understand, how do you look at, as your priority in driving these go-to-market, activations and go-to-market programs? Is it more of an integration approach of these campaigns that you look at, which includes brand, demand, pipeline support to the business team? Do you think integrated marketing is the way forward and continues to be the way forward?
So integrated marketing starts with the customer, not the channel or the message. And brand, demand, partners, and field marketing work as one system, so not in silos. And the most important success is for us to have a consistent story and the ability to articulate our value proposition consistently. So this is what I look at when it comes to integrated marketing. So field marketing localizes the execution based on market and the customer reality, and we align around definitely our customer problems, creation of the value propositions, priority in technologies and accounts, obviously. And this happens as a stage one. So all of us sit together and start developing our strategy for the upcoming year, and what are the priorities, which verticals are we going to focus on, what are the common problems which we get from the different analysts in the market and from our customers and partners. And based on that, we start generating the value proposition, creating this one story, and then start delivering this into the market.
Wonderful. Also, Mohamed, which marketing metrics do you personally rely on to demonstrate impact, to the execution team, and which traditional metrics do you feel matter, less today in the current times?
So a very good question. And we've shifted drastically from where we were on Matrix, because right now we look at quality over quantity. So definitely impressions and clicks and volume matter, but it matters less right now. So what I focus on is a marketing source and influenced pipeline. So it is how I always look at generating pipeline. And the second part is the conversion from pipeline to win. So this show me the quality of the pipeline we generate, so the conversion rate, and net new business and contribution to the net new business to the organization, what we call new logos. So these are the metrics that I focus on.
Wonderful. And Red Hat is a brand that built on trust, community, and open source values. How do you connect long-term brand equity with measurable pipeline and revenue outcome?
How do we measure them?
Yeah.
So we have tools, definitely, and we have campaign codes that are linked to our tools. We have several tools, and we measure them through the tools. So basically, we look at our numbers, and we look at our several points. We look when we do comms, for example, we have our share of voice. In terms of campaign codes, we look at the number of leads that are generated. We look at the conversion rate to win. We have targets, and I look also at year-to-year growth, which is very critical part. Yes, achieving the target is one thing, but looking at reality and our growth versus the market growth. So let's say the market, for the sake of the example, is growing at 10%. Am I growing over and above? So am I taking market share as well and gaining market share? This is very critical. So as mentioned, Red Hat is leading in open source, and it's very important for our customers. So we make sure that we deliver this message, and we look at our results and numbers and see our contribution to the business. And this is how we look at our brand.
Wonderful. Okay. And Mohamed, when we talk about, the buying decision at organizations level, right? The buying journeys are largely relationship building, and they are at multi-stakeholder, right? They're not one stakeholder today who takes technology decision. And this has been across the globe. How is it different in Middle East? What unique challenges, does it create when you drive programs as a marketing leader? And also, how do you think it can attribute when we talk to multi-stakeholders to ROI, basically?
So yes, in emerging markets and in Middle East in particular, decisions are made based on trust, credibility, relation. The big part of it also is relationships, and this is very important. So there are several elements. The brand equity and building this trust and credibility based on the successes we have across the globe as an organization, which helps us open doors, right? But also there is another part of relationship driven kind of decisions, and making sure that we build the right decision relationships with the different decision makers and influencers. But most important, and where marketing play a big role here, is having our value proposition created by the different personas. So when we talk to procurement, it's a very different message than talking to the decision maker, for example, or a CEO. A CEO, we talk about how we can solve the problem, efficiencies, how can we add value to the organization, how can we help them accelerate and meet their digital transformation journey. When you talk to procurement, it's all about efficiencies, optimization, how can we help them basically being work with different vendors on our platforms, and flexibility, agility, scalability. We talk about different messages. So it's very important to deliver the right value proposition and tailor it by persona, and not one size fit all, basically.
Right. And which also is different when it is enterprise organizations, when it is mid-market organization, versus when we're talking industry-wise as well. So
absolutely. You need to tailor your message as specific as possible to the customers. And we do a lot of engagements, workshops with different customers where we spend time listening first to what are the problems, what are the challenges they are facing, and then we work on how can we add value to them specifically to this specific challenge, to this specific industry.
Right. Fantastic. How do you decide to, even double down on investments, or when to step back, especially when, results are not immediate measurable? How do you kind of take those kind of decisions when driving their marketing initiatives?
So my first step is always look at things from a customer point of view. We look at the engagement we're having with the customers. Are sales pulling us into conversations, and are we driving the right conversations? Look at signals like repeat attendance, the account momentum, partner and sales demand. And we measure things, and we look at the campaigns, what didn't work, and how can we improve things. We start repeating or improving on things that work, stop doing things that didn't work. And I always encourage the team also to try new things. So try new method, try new ideas, and we explore, and it's part of our culture as well. We're a very open culture. We encourage the teams to come up with ideas and invest into these ideas, and we try and see what worked and we repeat it, and we make sure that a good success is repeated across different markets, different verticals, of course, localized and customized.
Got it. Mohammed, one marketing buzzword or trend you feel is overused today or is kind of often distracts marketing teams from driving real business value?
Definitely the buzzword that have been used significantly lately is AI, and looking at AI solution, but AI is a big enabler and tool and not a strategy. So, but definitely by far it is AI across the board, not only in marketing, but I hear it from our customers. Everyone is expected to hear about AI, and it is changing the way we work, but as an enabler. So
Yeah.
it is a big enabler. So we get a lot of customer insight. We look at how can we basically make sure that it is part of the messages that we deliver. It's part of the way we work today and how it enables and make us more efficient. But it is by far AI and AI-driven marketing.
Absolutely. One piece of advice, Mama, that you'd like to give to marketing leaders who are trying to prove ROI in this complex B2B environment, what would that be?
Definitely customer-led marketing and looking at things from a customer point of view, solving real customer problems, creating value to customers. And this will definitely drive growth to the business. But start always with looking at how can we add value to customers and how can we make sure that we are consistently helping our customers and partners.
Right. Wonderful. Great. This has been a great conversation, Mohammed. Thank you so much for joining us today on the Mainstream platform and sharing all your valuable insights of how you're driving marketing at Red Hat at all these regions. And really exciting to hear your perspective. And as marketing evolves and as technology, I'm looking forward to having many more conversations with you.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here today. Thank you.
Likewise.